Thank you. Your clap was better than mine, though.
Welcome back to Corny Dads Podcast, and we are hitting episode 10.
Hey!
Well done.
This is rad.
Well done. Yep.
That also means that we've been doing it for like 2 months. Over 2 months.
Hell yeah.
That's cool.
Leveling up.
Yeah.
Going to be intermediate podcasters.
It's starting to get a little bit more cozy here in front of a camera.
Hell yeah. That was pretty cool being on someone else's podcast last week and seeing the different setups people have.
Right? Yeah, we were just talking about that for you podcast listeners. I found that I really liked it doing other podcasts whenever people would be talking and they'd be like, hey, and like talk to you. Say,
you?
So
right
you
there.
guys, I like you. You're fun. I'm fans of you. But yeah, no, we were just talking about the you being on another podcast.
Hell yeah.
So like how much more professional of a setup was theirs?
10 times would be a conservative. like conservatively, like 10 times more professional. Yeah, I thought I was professional because I have an actual Canon camera that you're watching the audio or the video through right now. Well,
yeah, I like to watch audio.
I need a sip of hot chocolate. By the way, guys, we're going with hot chalky today because it's getting to be winter, and why not? You gotta switch it up. Yeah, so I have one camera, and I thought I was professional. They had like 3 DSLRs. They're just the nice ones that your wife has. I'm pretty sure that one. 3 of them. So it must be like one central angle and then an angle right on each person, which they then clip into perfect size for reels.
See, right.
Because you get the perfect, it's just like too good. It's like, what?
Yeah, I mean, not to get too meta, but talk about podcasting on a podcast. But I think that's a very real thing.
Yeah.
I find like there's a few podcasts that I watch the whole podcast and listen beginning to end, but there are so many more that I just watch all the clips.
Yeah.
I just subscribe to the clip channel and I just watch the clips because I don't want to sit through like all their stuff. I don't find it that entertaining.
Yeah. And I know for me, the percentage of time that I spend like consuming clip style content versus like long style content, like I feel like I even watch a lot of long style content, but I'm still probably closer to 50-50.
Right.
Like I definitely watch hella things that are just 15 seconds. Like,
dude, and you
whatever.
like we are so all over the place on this podcast. like,
hey,
oh my god,
CDP.
Let's go. Let's go.
CDP.
Which my wife. Sorry. Oh my god. I feel like my brain just fried out for a second. I got so excited to say something and then say something that led into that, and then no, I want to say something that leads into that. Anyways,
You're brimming with excitement.
Shout out to fucking Red Berry Barn.
Shout out to Red
Berry Barn.
RBB. R-double-B.
Holy fuck.
Holy fuck. I don't even know how to go.
Have we ever had our dad feet tingled?
My feet tingled? What the fuck? I don't know. Trying to forget with it.
Like, have you ever fucking like felt the fucking like New Balances fucking wrap around your feet?
Okay. Now we're talking.
Like,
now
oh my god.
Now we're talking. I started.
Oh my god.
I looked out into the horizon and I saw lawns and grass and I saw it like the imperfections. And beneath it was the dad vision that was like a clean military buzz cut. And I just see all that just right there in front of me. No, the amount of corny dad stuff that went down at Red Berry Barn is amazing. Also, wait, is it Red Berry Barn or Reds?
It's Red Berry Barn.
Red Berry
Yeah, you
Barn.
kept calling it Reds at the place, and I was just let's go with it. It's Reds.
No.
It's Red's Berry Barn. Because it does make more sense that it would be Red's Berry Barn.
Because they don't sell any red berries.
No,
as far
but
as
yeah,
I
it's
can
the
tell.
Red Berry Barn.
All right, well, Red Berry Barn.
Dude,
Red
greatest time ever. Greatest time ever.
Oh
Took
my
the
God.
kids to Red Berry Barn. That thing had to be like what like young 20-year-olds feel like walking into an EDM festival.
There you go.
Right,
Yeah, Mateo and Ben are just like,
let's fucking party! We got one building over here. Got a 50-meter bouncy mat with a bouncy house beside it and a bouncy slide beside that.
Oh my God.
Whole fucking rink of just scooter foot pedals. Go to town. That's just one corner of this place. You want to go outside? We got 5 massive slides.
Yeah, dude, we were there probably an hour and a half before we even went like out of the first building. The kids were just loving it, and then eventually we checked out the other stuff, which is a wonderland of corny dad fall stuff. We also saw influencers in the wild.
That was wonderful.
There was definitely someone with like fake booty and fake stuff.
Wonderful.
It was
titties. What you want to say? Fake titties.
Nothing. Nope.
Yeah.
We're wholesome on here.
Oh yeah, Corny Dads.
No, but there was cornfields. I put it on my story on Corny Dads Podcast. Actually, not my story. Our story. For transparency, I run the Corny Dads Instagram. So if I ever say something sus, call me out instead of Nick.
All right, then I need to call you out. You commented from the Corny Dads Podcast on your own post, and then commented from your post on the Corny Dads post.
I don't know what he's talking about. That's an outrageous assumption. For that was probably Nick. I don't remember anything about that.
I'm sorry, it was one of the greatest things. Is I'm in the middle of trying to do packaging. Like, for any of you guys all know I do the packaging here, and I'm scrolling through messages for packaging or whatever, and suddenly it just pops up. I see a message thing below your own post. I'm like, this is all Ben. What the fuck is he doing?
Dude, I gotta do something. Sometimes I'm driving myself crazy here being alone all day. Like ideally, what I think could blow up is if I start a fight with myself. So that's actually
Corny Dads Podcast.
Yeah, no, actually, I've heard people like blow up because they like create alter egos and start fighting with themselves. And like literally, people love watching beef so much that they'll gladly consume that type of content and be like, oh no, people fighting.
Corny Dads. Shout out to other Corny Dads on the internet. YouTube, Try Guys. You ever follow them? Ever watch their shit?
Isn't there some stuff going down?
Oh. Yo.
I don't want to get all H3 about this.
Yeah, but to what I fucking hell. My brain is not working well today.
You're good.
Anyways, what I was trying to get at with that is they were saying that like their whole deal is wholesome content. Like they'll swear or whatever, but like they are just like, we are a wholesome content people. We stay purposefully away from drama and that stuff, but they're like, you have no idea how our views have skyrocketed.
Oh shit, based on the drama?
Oh my god.
Oh no.
They're like, especially just on the last few videos, and like you go back to the fucking last video that fucking the dude was in.
What's it at?
And dude, it's just way, way big. I mean, they were already a massive channel.
Yeah, they'd probably get a couple mil on each, maybe 5 mil.
But I mean, we are talking
like
just like huge views. They have a podcast that gets barely any views, like 100,000 or so, 100,000. Their first podcast back, 2 mil, 2 hours.
Damn.
2 mil in the first 2 hours. Like,
what's their podcast called?
I think it's called the Tripod.
There you go.
Yeah, Tripod. But yeah,
the guys are kind of funny. Keith is the funniest though.
Dude, that is one of the channels that Jen and I like religiously watch together.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like because they post I think on like Sunday mornings or like they post sometime over the weekend.
There you go.
So it's like that Sunday evening put that on, and then whole lot of hot D.
Man. God damn it. We'll get into that later. See, you got to be careful what you bring up because you're going to want to go down really intense rabbit holes.
Anyways,
You're going to go anywhere.
We actually have a plan today.
We actually have a plan today. Yeah. What we're going to start with Instagram artists that we like.
Yeah.
So as you know, we are primarily on Instagram, selling our work, making stuff, and interacting with people. And on there are many, many, many other awesome people who have huge variety in what they do. And if you're not familiar with that, it would be weird for you to have found this podcast a different way. That's basically where our life for like all this stuff takes place, as well as many other people who do dope stuff.
Yeah.
So we were going to talk about a couple people that we each like, and maybe some that we didn't know each other liked. That's certainly what I'm going to try to bring up is a couple that I probably haven't mentioned before. Because we know a lot of artists that we like, but it's interesting, like this way that we take in seeing all this art on our phones. It isn't always shared, so there can be interesting people that we don't know that are super normal to me or super normal to you, but like we don't know because we haven't shared it. So.
Well, and like algorithms rule our lives now.
Yeah.
Algorithms rule our lives. So like I remember just trying to go and find the artists that I wanted to talk about today.
Yeah.
Like a couple of them, like I had a really hard time finding just because like they haven't posted in a while. They don't post stories or, whatever. But yeah, like scrolling actually didn't do it for me. I'd actually like kind of do weird like searches, hashtag searches, and like or go to other artists that they're similar to and look for followers and stuff.
So that's been a benefit of keeping my following list small. I don't follow like too many people, or if I do, I usually cull people who I don't consume or follow a lot regularly. It's definitely led me to unfollow some people who I didn't mean to or like don't want to. But overall, it's way nicer to have a small following list, because then you can go through sort of stuff like this. And like if you know you follow the person that you love the most, like you'll actually be able to see it if it's like 300 or 400 instead of like thousands. It gets crazy. But like there's that many dope people, so it's hard. But yeah, you got one you want to start with, or I can find one. I got one that just came up on my feed actually.
Yeah, no, if you have someone to start with, I have a small list.
Let me see real quick. This one's a smaller artist. It's just based on following, and I also don't know this person in person by any means, nor have I interacted with him really. I just really like his work. His name is Tugs Glass with 2 G's. So we'll put a photo on the screen of an example of his work, and then you guys can go check it out and find your own favorite pieces. But as far as our editing goes, I don't know how to like show you guys videos yet, so I'm just going to show Nick, and we'll show you a picture of like basically what I'm looking at. So like really gnarly recyclers, basically, which is kind of weird that I would pick this, I guess, because I'm not a huge recycler guy. Something about them looks so natural and like creative and just super dope.
Okay, so that's like that style of recycler. Does he have a name for that style of recycler?
I think he said Voyager.
Oh yeah, blueberry jelly on a Voyage.
Yeah, the Voyagers are crazy, but just the shaping is really satisfying and like kind of unique and creative.
There's something really natural about the shaping.
Yeah.
Like and this almost is like a face shape.
Yeah.
You can almost like, yeah.
Yeah, there's so much you could do with it. And then some ones look like collabs, but like are solos. So he must do a lot of crazy prep himself.
I was just like, the like, newest thing on here with this, like fucking the line work.
Oh, like the weird video of it. This one? That's wild. Yeah, anyways, I love symmetry, and this is some dope symmetrical design too. But it's not strictly symmetrical. It's just like pretty symmetrical. That's dope. Yeah. So that's my first one, just one that like doesn't have the most recognition, but like appears to do super dope work, and I like the style of those pieces for sure. What you got?
First guy is JH Glass. JH.
Oh, yeah, it's funny you bring him up, dude. The tie-in, Hypnotics Gallery. Is it looking straight? Do I need to like tilt the left corner down a little?
This is making it look...
Okay, that's throwing me off. All right. JH Glass, though, does implosions and stuff, like dot sag stuff?
Like dot sag implosions. He does the thing that drew me in and what made me really like him, because there's a lot of people that do dot stacks. There's a lot of people that do flips. He does like the mountain scenes.
The pointillism mountain
scenes.
Wow.
Like, they're fucking cool as hell.
That is really cool. I love mountain imagery too. Like I draw mountains and shit. Wow.
Right, the panda.
Dude, this is crazy though, because Hypnotics Gallery actually, I guess, either is like good associates with him or knows him or something, but they were going to link me up on a collab with him.
Shut up.
Yeah. It's like wild. That was the first one. Yeah.
That is wild.
So shout out to Hypnotics Gallery. They got a small order from me, and I'll probably be doing a bigger order with them early next year. And they seem to be a cool gallery who's really focusing on the artists, and they're doing like 1 month per artist. I think next year that's their plan, is to do like a month for each artist and to really highlight the artist in more ways than just buying stuff from them. So like helping their customers understand like who the artist is, and that like just sort of bridging that gap between like the personal touch that like people are craving in their relationship with the artists that they buy art from. So it sounds dope. Hypnotics is dope. And that's what
really
they're
cool. That's a really
there.
Cool idea. I was talking with a friend the other day about like just future of the glass scene. Where do they see it going? He's more into like brokerage, so working in the headier glass and buying, selling, moving around. And so we were talking both numbers and just general, like where we see the future of.
Make sure this is still going. Okay, we're good. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
You're talking to him about the future of this stuff.
Where it's going and how it's like as far as prices, you could see them both going up because of specialized artists and down because of saturation of market.
Yep.
But just an easy place to look at would be just like traditional art. Just like traditional sculpture, traditional like paint art. How like not only is the art and the work very, very important, but there is a huge importance on the connection to the artist themselves. Mm-hmm. And especially now where we can actually like watch someone do their work. Yeah.
That's a different level.
Yeah.
I think all that they used to get back in history was the provenance and like, which is, to my knowledge, talks about like the list of people who have owned the art, which kind of like gives context to it. But now there's that completely different dimension where you can be like personal acquaintances online with the artist, which is bringing like huge new value and challenges and everything. It's crazy. That's happening like for us in real time. But yeah, no, that's super interesting. All right, the next one I have is Friday Glass. Have you seen this guy? Does like crazy sculpting.
Oh shit.
So some of this stuff is collaborations with Hendy Glass, who is a real heavy hitter, very well known. But it seems like he's learned under Hendy's kind of like studio. Maybe they work in the same studio. It kind of looks like that. But shout out to Friday Glass. Makes super dope sculpted work. Really nice use of color. Like really unique ideas. Looks like really high quality shit. Friday Glass is dope.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely see the Hendy influence.
Yeah.
I guess that's just like a general shape, though. If you're gonna
but it's definitely there. Like some of his pieces look like Hendy pieces, but it's because they sculpt the same way. God, some of the colors like look so dope. Dude, super sick.
It's like Slump Toothless. Let's go. Very cool.
What you got?
You and I talked about him personally, but Good Things Glass. I wanted to make sure to mention him on here. Good Things Glass. Yeah, seems to be. I don't want to say anything and be wrong, but seems to be a bit newer. But in just the past, however long since I've been following him, like year, maybe, has just wild.
Hell yeah.
Like, just awesome dot stacking. Awesome dot stacking. And
good things in glass.
Good things in... Oh, shit.
Watch yourself, man. Come on.
See, this is what
this is a person you've referenced like hella different times.
Like, a lot, right?
You're tripping, man.
Right?
Good things in glass.
Good things in glass.
Whoa. Hell yeah. Damn.
Like...
Going condo mode.
Right?
That looks like a Yoshinori Kondo marble. That's super dope. Damn. Nice.
Yeah.
Does he mostly sell big ones? Because there seems to be like an unclear kind of like, I don't know, divide in the marble market. It's like your people who don't sell any slurper marbles or people who sell hella slurper marbles. And I find myself right in the middle. Yeah. I sell both and I don't know what people make sense to them.
I think... I think that it has to do with the amount of work that like if you're gonna do a heady ass like marble and ends up being like slurper size.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to fit that much work into it. Like these guys are doing like so many different
marble. I got one I've never used on a slurper. Trav Marble Man with the opal in it. I've shown you before.
Is that just the size of a slurper though?
It's bigger than this, but it'd be like a bigger slurper marble. Yeah. It's not one that's too big, I don't think. It's not one that would be like falling all over the place.
Well, because like most of the like headier marbles are encased.
Yeah.
You know, it's rare that it's just like a marble with some work on it. It'll be like a work marble and then like encased and bigger. So I guess that's why you could see that it's mostly like bigger stuff.
Yeah.
I always love going like way back on artist pages and like where sometimes you hit where like they weren't an artist yet.
Oh
and,
yeah.
Suddenly it's just like a bunch of like family pictures
and
and
dog
like a car, like super cool cars a couple times.
Yeah. That's hella funny.
But one of the reasons why I'm trying to scroll back a bit here is because like even just from say like that marble to like his more recent ones, like that's super clean, it's super rad, like love the way that it's fucking done. Ooh. But yeah, big old galaxy vortex, but that was just in February.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, so from February to October he went from that to like fucking
leveling up,
right?
Super dope.
Right.
Looks so clean. Props to him for getting those dots so clean. Like, you get them clean too. It's hard to place them in the right places so that the spacing like ends in the right. Like, I've always found myself doing, well, not always, but the couple times I do it, it's like, oh fuck, there's like too much room for the last one, or like not enough. It's hard to get it all placed right like that.
I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Shout out Papa Primo. But one thing that he said about anytime like people doing DOS X or anything, odd numbers work the best.
Odd numbers work the best.
Odd numbers work the best. That it's kind of weird to have like anytime you're like working it to be exactly like half and have those numbers work out. That it's like normally like 5, 7, and like here these are 11s. Like he's going around 11s, and then but here's 6s. So he did do an even number on this one. Yeah,
like anything, once you level up, you can get past a lot of issues that people deal with. That one's so clean. Damn.
Do you call it a spider tech? Those are just dots, but they look straight up like fucking big spiders.
That's dope. Hey Bowser, you gotta get on this, bro. Shout out to Bowser.
Oh, speaking of, dots. Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna shout out all of our homies, but you'll get another chance, Bowser. Not on this one. Hell yeah.
Okay, yeah. Next up.
Oh, we gotta do an ad. That's what we gotta do.
Today's ad is for Almost There Clothing. Shout A11 Most There. Almost There Clothing. He makes cool stuff.
Careful, bro.
I'm like a fucking bull in a China shop. I'm sorry I'm breaking things. He makes cool stuff. You should buy them.
Go follow Almost There. Dope hoodie. It's the first one I've seen in person, and the sewing is really dope. It looks like high quality. We haven't even been clapping, man. Fuck it. It's like, haven't even been doing anything.
Shout out Mama for dealing with the back end of all of this.
We love Morbid Mama.
Yay.
Alright, so this next one I have in my hand. This is one of my favorite artists. This is my favorite artist. I got a piece of that.
Yo! It came in!
Let's go! Yeah! Banjo Marble, baby. Big shout out to Banjo Glass. I participated in one of his giveaways, and I won a freaking marble. It's so dope. Millie with crushed opal, like insanity. Hopefully I'll get a picture or a little video in here, but yeah.
Let's take a step back and go like, rad artist can still get hyped and excited about winning a giveaway marble, right? I mean, like, come on, like, how many like fucking giveaway marbles have you done personally?
Oh, plenty.
Just like, no matter what level you get to, like, winning giveaways and stuff is dope.
So hype. I don't have any banjo, so I needed some. Little pocket marble. That's what I thought about. Or I thought about having my mom make some like pouches for necklaces. Because wouldn't wooks keep like heady things in little necklace pouches?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about dropping some of those on Very Fast. It sounds like that could be dope.
Dude, that's actually,
Then I could like
super cool.
Carry around little like Snarper marbles, little hash jars.
You like sew a little window into it.
Yeah.
Like a little plastic window into it, so that way you can see your little fucking heady stash as you walk around.
Hell yeah. Be dope. Yeah. So yeah, that was amazing. If you guys don't already know, you should by now, Banjo Glass is one of the most reputable in the industry. He's been doing it for a long time. Not the longest out of anyone, but 20 years or so, and he has incredible work. He's pushed the boundaries with this medium many, many times and continues to, and he seems to be a dope person. So I hope to meet him one day, and I'm super stoked that I won a marble.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Yep. So that's the one for me, man. That's the biggest one. I wasn't gonna go. I wanted to give some variety with my answers for what Instagram artists I follow, but I can't skirt around the fact that Banjo Glass is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like his stuff.
Just a little bit.
Followed him, you know. I'll check his stories out again.
Yeah. Banjo and ass pizza.
Right. Yeah. There's
we got to do an ass pizza episode.
Top of the mountaintop.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be legendary.
Yeah, that would be rad. Do a non-glass artist.
Yeah. Or like very faff episode kind of thing.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Hell yeah. What you got?
Bodor glass.
Oh, yeah.
Bodor glass.
Gnarly.
Like
Guest dot stacking. Bunch of different things.
Like another level. Another level.
It's one of the guys who does big old marbles too.
Dude, massive guys.
It's good things is too, but it's cool for me to see people do big marbles. For one, because there's so much more you can fit into that canvas. That's part of why it's so fun for us artists. Making a big marble is a vibe. Like you can do so much with it that it's a new level of fun upon a slurper marble. So when you see artists wanting to get big with the marbles, it's like hella fun, and you can just fit cool ideas into big marbles. So support your favorite artists who make big marbles.
Fuck yeah. Start a marble collection.
Yeah, I know for me that's my favorite thing to make. If I could actually be like just a big marble guy, well, when I think about it, it'd be a little weird, but like I wouldn't mind it because I love marbles.
For something that seems so limiting,
yeah,
there is so much.
It's so satisfying.
So much. Even just like for a while there, I was just because we got a bunch of little short ends just to fuck around with color. Mm-hmm. Just laid down 5 or 6 of those, and I would just like pick it up on a rod of clear, pick another rod of clear, and like just keep melting it down, and like just end up with a bunch of swirls, and just looks fun.
Hell yeah! We need to go to like a marble meetup. You know they have one of those before one of the big pipe shows. I can't remember what it is.
Shit.
I feel like whether it's like Pipe Classic or one of the shows that everyone goes to and talks about, I think one of them they have like a marble thing like before or something. I know we would like that.
Speaking of that sort of stuff, have you seen the new DFO video?
No.
From Pipe Dreams?
No.
With Chris Crazy?
With Chris Crazy, let's go. What? New DFO video?
It got me hyped about being at DFO.
Damn.
Like, it made me be like, yo, I was fucking there. This is fucking awesome. Yeah, definitely watch it today at some point. It is.
Hell yeah.
I think it's Pipe Dreams is the YouTube channel.
Okay. The whole video, like long video?
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, let me just make sure. So, I haven't even been able to finish the whole thing yet.
Damn, all right. If you don't know, we both went to DFO last year. We talked about it on a previous podcast, and we had a crazy experience. It was really wild seeing all the artists involved. We had a great time. So that's dope that they made a video about that.
DFO 2022 recap.
Hell yeah.
From Pipe Dreams.
Dope. I'm going to check that out for sure.
It's incredible.
Hell yeah.
Incredible.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they do it really, just the whole thing's great. The whole thing's great. They set you up, get you excited about watching the video. Everything is extremely high quality.
Hell yeah.
Primo's in it.
Primo's in it?
Yeah,
I'm watching. Yo, let us know if you guys want Papa Primo on the podcast. We're trying to lock him in, but being the person he is, he's hard to get a hold of. He's hard to lock down. Like,
dude, come on,
it's not easy.
He's an enigma, man.
For
Primo
real.
is a fucking enigma. He's an amazing dude.
We got to get him on. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
What I'm seeing, though, is a segue into our next section of the podcast. And you pulled up a 16-minute video that you hadn't even finished. And this is indicating your stressful life right now. And your amount of things that you have on your table right now.
Just a bit.
And that was something we were going to talk about. Because it's all fun and games what we do. But there's some real back end that goes into it to keep on point with things for sure.
I remember watching Evan's podcast. They did it on Bear Mountain Studios. Mm-hmm. And he was talking. Oh yeah, we just restarted. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, we're all good.
He was talking about how like he started this podcast because he just wanted time to like smoke and talk.
Yeah.
And like I did, like it did not register with me at the moment.
Yeah.
Like it did not make sense that like what you have to like schedule time out to like
right.
enjoy yourself and like chat and like, you know, kind of do your thing.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it now. Yeah, I get it a lot. Like really look forward to this hour each week.
Hell yeah.
Of being able to
Me
just
too,
like
dude. It's
bullshit
so fun.
And like enjoy myself.
Yeah. Be yourself and sort of check out from those responsibilities, because you got a lot going on right now with like your full-time job and the schedule that it brings into your life and your hopes and dreams outside of it, as well as your literal kid. It's a lot to handle. And yeah.
And I think the biggest thing is that it's all necessary. Yeah. You know, it's Mental Health Awareness Month or whatever, so like we want to talk about like taking care of ourselves and everything. But you know, I do fully believe that, you know, we all need to work fucking hard. Yeah. Like we all need to work hard to achieve things that we want. And
now maybe this will help us segue further. Our friend Goliath. Yeah. As we go off of listing off our favorite Instagram artists, one that cannot be forgotten is Goliath. Yeah. Goliath is a heavy hitter from the Pacific Northwest who for many years has forefronted the hustle movement of selling your glass and being a straight up flexer on Instagram. He's done a wonderful job of it, and it's coming to the light that it hasn't all been fun and games for him.
Yeah, he just made a post a couple days ago. The only reason I feel comfortable talking about this is because he made a post about it.
You know, when it's a public post, it feels like okay to talk about, and that he wants it to be shared.
And I mean, just for full transparency, Ben knows him. Knows him. You've met him and you've collabed with him and like stuff like that.
I've spent a little bit of time with him.
My only interaction with him has been whenever Oregon had their forest fire. Oregon has forest fires every year, but a few years ago they were really bad. They got really close to Portland, so that means that they hit a lot more big residential areas. And a lot of glass artists were affected. So Goliath actually put together a few runs of gear, just anything that anyone could donate. It was awesome. Dope. He put it out on the podcast. When anyone that can give, go ahead and give. We're doing a run, and he just put together. I don't know how he transported everything, but whether it be trucks or whatever, but he transported a bunch of stuff down and did food, clothing, whatever. So jumped on that right away. Took over a bunch of like winter gear, and some food and stuff that we had, and some extra camping gear that we had.
Dope.
I mean, like, fucking, what a rad thing for him to do. Yeah. What a rad thing for him to do. So that, I mean, I did that with him, and then also, because of the seed business that I had, we did an exchange of glass and seeds. So my interactions with him have been nothing but rad, and he's been super awesome and gracious.
Hell yeah.
And when I first found out about Goliath was during his like big, like right before his big hustle push to get his house.
So it's before his big hustle push, but being like, I don't know, kind of an artist myself, like it's hard to hear that because like chances are before it was the same grind. Right. So it's like, damn dude, like when people are like, dude, good job last like month or whatever, it's like feels good and it's worth appreciating, but it's like, damn dude, I've been grinding on this shit for so many years. So like it's a hustle push.
Yeah, but, sorry. Yeah. To be more specific, he did a super mega house
fun giveaway.
Mega house fun giveaway. I was trying to get it.
Wait. Come on, man. We know all this stuff. Yeah. Shout out to DJ.
Fucking right. But you know, it came to light recently that even through all of that, he was still struggling big time.
Yeah.
You know, and it led to some bad things.
Yeah. Yeah, he comes from a rough upbringing. He had many challenges faced in his life to get to where he is now. So sometimes those things carry a lot of weight, and it can come out in different times, like when you're under stress, or sometimes when the stress passes, then it can like rear its ugly head, which may be the case with him because he like crushed so hard for a couple years to get this house, put just massive amounts of effort and energy and like his intention into it, and then seemingly like it happened, and then maybe the like sort of experience of like breaking through kind of then made it okay for like some really challenging stuff to come up.
Yeah.
Because he had sort of like pushed by it for
Yeah.
a while and then got there, and then it was like, wow.
I think that's a super common thing.
Yeah.
Is to like push for something, work for something, and then whenever it happens, to feel less than, or to feel.
Yeah, what came to mind is the imposter syndrome, but I mean, you kind of get what I mean. It's more, it's kind of applicable in more ways than just imposter. It's like it can happen in that way where you get something like where it's not so personal, but you get something you want, and then you like turn the other way.
It's like, shit, is this even what I wanted?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of that can be applied to like material things too. Whenever you like work and strive for material things. So I mean, it could be like a house, or even something as small as just like a rig, or a small piece of glass. That anytime like that, because the effort is part of what feels good.
Yeah.
The stupid saying about like it's not about the destiny, it's about the destination, it's about the journey.
Yeah.
But like in a more real sense, the day-to-day actions, the movement to get there is what you're going to experience more.
Yeah.
Than
you're gonna have more
the
of
actual
that.
thing, the destination. So like if you're really enjoying that momentum and that hustle or that movement, and that's where you're finding this drive, then like that can feel really empty whenever you finally get there and you don't need the hustle, or like that hustle isn't part of it.
Yeah. That would be crazy. Yeah, there's all different things like that influence people to like have challenges in this stuff. So man, shout out to everyone who makes it, like making a living making pipes. It can be really stressful and uncertain in so many ways, because then it's not even about the craft. It's already a stressful craft, but then on top of that, you're just a normal person who has like the ability to be taken down by emotional factors like when you least expect it. It can be really hard, for sure. I know I've experienced it myself. Like that's kind of similar to the post Benji hype for me. Because like once the Benjis started being less popular, it was a huge fallout, and like I didn't really know what I was meant to be doing. So like that's real. It took me time.
Yeah. And a lot of different ideas.
A lot of different
ideas.
Yeah. I'm just now starting to feel like I've gotten the groove of like doing engraving for a couple months too.
Yeah.
The response has been so crazy. It's wild. I'm so thankful. So yeah.
And it's, I mean, looking back on it, you can see that like all the steps were necessary to get there.
Yeah.
But like, how do you witness that in the moment?
Right. It's so uncomfortable.
How do you not have your head spin and just go like, why? Like, I'm just making mistake after mistake after mistake.
Yeah, it definitely feels like that sometimes. I think the only remedy to that is changing your mindset about it, because if you want to look at it as chaos, it will definitely fit that description.
Yeah, it can feel like it can be that.
Yeah, then all those twists and turns in the road, those are then, since you've like labeled it as that, then all of that is like part of your chaos, and that it just leads to more and more stressful like mind state. So you just gotta change your mind state about it and be like, I'm good doing this.
The thing that keeps coming up in my mind is I mean, we're podcasting, so people are listening to us. Mm-hmm. So the thought of them listening, probably not artists, probably like working 9-to-5 jobs, or not even 9-to-5s, but working some fucking shift work or something, or working just regular jobs, and you can definitely feel that same feeling in there. Yeah. And just feeling like that hopeless like grind, especially if like the fucking work environment is shit, because like I've worked in so many different jobs. For real. So many different jobs. For real. So like, yeah. But even there, it is possible to have that same like change of mindset.
Yeah, because then instead of it being the prison that you're kept in, the job or whatever, if you change your mindset, you can see it as another stepping stone on the way, and like you can see it as the job you have before your baller job. So whatever you want to write your story as, you have to stick with it and like put a lot of energy towards that reality. You can make it that, but you can also make it chaos if you want to.
Yeah.
Which can be just like where you get pulled sometimes, so you can't beat yourself up, but know that like you can steer it. It's just like a boat. It like takes hella long to steer.
Dude, like in a very real thing, like we talked about this earlier, but yeah, we might as well fucking share it. My days right now are pretty rough. They're super long. They're like I have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, straight 13-hour days. And 12 and a half to 13 and a half, you know. Where, yeah, coaching for 2 to 3 hours on deck, jumping in the car, driving straight to somewhere else, doing that work for whatever, driving straight to somewhere else, coaching again for a few hours, driving straight to somewhere else, then you get home. And in the midst of that, I get a message from Ben saying, yeah, let's brainstorm some ideas. Like, I mean, there's like, what I feel very validated being like, I wanted to tell him like, fuck off, I'm busy. I'm working very hard right now. Like I can't think, I don't have any time to think about anything else. But if that's the mindset, if that's just how I carry myself, then like, I'm never going to get anything fun done. I'm never going to do anything that I want to do or want to have like a passion project or like something that I feel extremely fulfilled in that's outside of my work. I feel very blessed that I can feel fulfillment from my work. You know, I'm in a career that does afford that, whereas I know there are plenty of careers that don't. Yeah. You know, but I lost my train of thought. That was a good one.
It comes with a lot. It comes with a lot. So 13-hour days, but really attention-based like activity too. It kind of goes without saying. Like it's not just a factory job or something. It's really like attention-based and takes a lot of personal, emotional kind of effort.
Yeah, whole lot of like
you were really
trying to like talk and communicate with a person and understand exactly why they're feeling what they're feeling and how to get them to feel something different.
Yeah.
Like, God, yesterday I had a 16-year-old girl like ugly crying the entire practice because the boy that she's like trying to date or has dated wasn't really giving her the time of day during practice because their parents had a meeting with their other coach because they don't want them dating.
Oh no.
And I'm supposed to like...
And you're supposed to juggle that.
Figure that out.
You're supposed to juggle that with improved lap times that you're working for. It's like, are you kidding me? Like,
there's 16 other kids in the water.
Yeah. But then, like, you as a fellow human, you're like, yeah, I know that is like spicy. That's a spicy one.
Like, I'm gonna sit there and watch a 16-year-old girl just talk to me.
Yeah, like, it's not like Nick loves to watch people cry. Like that's hard.
Well, then it's a little distracting too.
Yeah.
Like
Oh my God, yeah.
It's just.
Definitely.
But if that's all that, and like anytime something out of the ordinary comes out, I go, don't have time for that. Then like a lot of fun, cool things aren't going to happen. So it is, and it very much was like I had to change my mindset. I had to put myself in your shoes and go, I've been on a torch where I have been hyper-focused staring at something and being as creative as I possibly can and like, you know, finally have a second to step away and like try and get like, you know, think about something fun and like, fucking podcast. Like, fucking rad. And like, as soon as I was able to put myself in that mindset, it was completely changed. I actually got super excited. Got a little fucking like thing written out for what we wanted to do on the podcast.
This episode's like, directed by Gabagool. That's why this episode is hitting record numbers.
Let's go.
Only goes up. Yeah, man. No, but it takes a lot of flexibility to do all of that and juggle your friend being like, hey, come up with some topics for a podcast.
We can do it.
That we don't get paid for yet. Like, okay. Yeah, there you go. All right. Like, sure, that sounds super fun. Super worth my time.
But like as soon as it happened though, it was all rad. It was all up from there. Like actually like got to think about Goliath and his situation and like realized that like shit's rad.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like whenever like you realize like people are having real struggles, like real hard struggles, it's like, yeah, it can put you in a completely different mindset. And like can make things seem pretty cool.
This is kind of a weird concept, but I'm going to throw it out here. In this book I read, there's this two things called upward counterfactuals and downward counterfactuals, and it's like how you compare yourself to others. Okay. So upward is like you compare yourself to people who are better than you, and you feel bad because they're better, they have more money, and they're better looking or whatever. And then downward counterfactuals are you being like, I'm kind of glad that I'm not dead or like sick or like I'm kind of glad that I have like $5 instead of $1.
Yeah.
Like those are ones that are what they said like underused. Like not enough people lean on like, well, you know, you have a car that runs. And I'm guilty of that. I think many times about the upward ones where it's like measuring yourself to higher things, but like it's super sobering and helpful to look downward and be like, okay, it could be worse, you know?
Yeah.
Our lights are on. Our camera's recording. We've got the best podcast on YouTube.
Goddamn straight.
That's all we're on now, guys.
We have the best glass artist / shipping swim coach podcast on YouTube.
100 subscribers coming soon. And we're about to hit 1,000 views on our videos, which actually is kind of crazy.
Dude, it's wild.
Thank you for playing us in empty rooms for the ambiance.
Fucking right.
We appreciate it.
I can't imagine.
Low key, just do that though. If all of you did that, it would run it up a little faster.
That'd be dope. Yeah,
that'd
please.
Hella dope.
That'd be super cool.
Yeah. Okay, we need to go into a break real quick. Welcome to this ad break. Today we've got the Big Peep. It came out last year. J-Rock helped me get one. Thank you, J-Rock. He sent it from Texas. It doesn't even fit on the camera.
Peep.
But he's my little buddy. He's my big buddy because he's a big boy. He's a big guy. And that's who's bringing you this episode today, Mr. Peep.
Poop.
Last night we were watching Alaskan Bush People. And he, like, they're stepping through the forest. And he walks over a big log. And he tells the other people, he's like, that's a good pooper log. Like, we're just like, what? So I think he's talking about he like puts his legs on the side or something. Pooper log.
Hold on,
There you go.
So we always talk about hinging, and my favorite thing to hinge, I tell them, we're pooping in the woods, kids. You don't want to get on your heels. Like you always want to bend forward because then you'll poop on your heels.
Oh my god!
So you gotta hinge forward. That way you don't poop on your heels. Pooping in the woods, kids.
Do you think nature has some sort of like laxative in it? Because I feel like pooping in the woods is like...
It's something about like breathing in nature air just like makes you go like... Oh my God.
And you only do it when you really need it. So
the position you're in.
And the position.
Because we poop in the toilet like this. Right, squatty potties. Exactly.
We need to have an
I literally had like once where I couldn't poop and I put my feet up on the squatty potty and as I put my other foot up, it released. Like I felt it go like toothpaste. Like it's like, that's real.
Squatty potty. Holler at us and use that clip for your ads. Come on, that could be on Facebook. A little something like that. Amazing.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, but okay, so we're going to go right into it.
Yeah.
Hidden beneath all of your experiences, your trials and tribulations, is a Nick that has made it through all of these damn things that you speak of that have been challenging for you.
Yeah.
And that's because of core values that you represent, that you have. Like, to me, you're really loyal and you're really willing to work people through their emotional things, like you just talked about in coaching.
Yeah.
So, like, there's, like, two really cornerstone things that, like, have helped you get through all this stuff that, like, these people might need. And I know I need.
Yeah. I know this is so hard. I know. Because, like,
but we're in
one thing that I feel very passionate and real about is that, like, whenever I'm trying to motivate or whenever I'm trying to work with someone or whenever I'm listening to anyone going through a problem or whenever I'm simply just trying to be there for someone, that it is as real as possible in that moment. So, you know, and I think that's the big value of it. Is like, as I'm sitting there listening to someone, first of all, like, active listening is something you have to work at. It is something you have to work at constantly. I am constantly hearing and listening to people and like in my head going, this is what I want to say next. and then going, shut the fuck up, listen to what they're saying. Yeah. Like almost every conversation it comes up.
It sounds sort of simple, but that is a hard one. That is so hard to do, and you do a good job of it, dude. Like, seriously, I feel more listened to by you than almost anyone else. Like, it's crazy. So it's a skill that cannot be understated.
It's so, because we love ourselves. We're all very we get embarrassed because we think other people are thinking about what we're doing. Yeah. We get, we're proud because we think other people think that what we did is great. Or at least this is how I think. Yeah. Like, everything is based on other people. So it's man. See, this is what I'm saying. It's so hard to like just kind of put it out there because it's almost like I would need to be listening or hearing someone go through something to be there for them. But maybe, I guess that's what I'm saying is
so maybe your challenge is somehow packaging stuff you say in a generic format, because like you said, you're one of your core strengths is keeping it real, and you do that, and you do a great job at that. That's prohibitive to doing online stuff. To
it just
is
talking to people and helping out that way.
It's a different thing.
Yeah.
So while that may feel like this doesn't fit there, it doesn't, because you can't have that realness with someone online, but you can definitely take value from it and just repackage it.
Yeah.
You just have to sort of get used to talking to an audience like in the social media way, which is still like has sort of ringings of corniness, but like, dude, it's such a real thing in my life that I'd never trip too much about it. Like, there's a certain me that like you guys are going to be way more familiar with because it's like how I talk on Instagram, and that's like okay to me. It's not really like good or bad. It's like, yeah, I got to kind of figure out a way that's like that people understand. I'm way different in person, or a little different at least. I don't think I'm too different, but like, I don't know. You have to, it's a different type of talking. It's like, it's like you have to think of it like you're just reaching a bunch of people cold who like are ready to consume something, Yeah. And like think, I don't know. All those things have value for other people's life though. So you have to think about like, what would an average person be able to take from this? And what can I say that would apply to a lot of different people? And then like, don't worry about it being everyone, because it shouldn't be everyone. But find like something that's true to you, so enough people in your corner will be like, this resonates with me, this is dope.
Yeah. That makes so much sense.
There is a way to do it, but it's uncomfortable, and I think that part of you is right about it, because like you can't do it the real way, so it's just you got to be a new kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you've already got a lot on your plate, but this can actually really energize you,
right? Yeah, because it's so like to give it an avenue. This whole glass thing that I'm doing right now, like, it is something that I want to do so bad, and like just simply be on the torch. Like, every day is always like, okay, I have this, Tuesdays, Thursdays, I have a 2-hour gap where, I might be able to jump on the torch slightly. And like the whole day is just so hyper focused on like, okay, are we kind of there? Can we get there? And then get on it and feel fucking awesome about it. And then, but most of the time don't. And I think like trying not to get super hung up on that. So I guess what like applicable to like the general audience, or like the general people out there, is like using a passion as a motivation and not as a deterrent. Because I could very easily get super pissed that I'm not on the torch more. Yeah. And I have someone awesome like Queen Prince Glass, shout out, Kubi.
Let's go.
Who is crushing right now on the torch every single day, being super creative, making like new stuff, loving the stuff that he's making, or that they're making, and like just being rad. And like I could be super jealous, and it seeps in. I mean, it seeps in all the time. Like every single time that they send a message saying, jumping on the torch around 4 today, I want to reply with, fuck you, I'm not. But, you can be like that I could easily be like that, especially as I'm walking onto deck to be on deck with a coach who is just nothing but negative and shitty right now because they're dealing with a whole bunch of stuff in their life. So they need to come and just explode fucking negativity. So like I could easily just fall into all of that. Or I could tuck it in the back pocket, go, I want to be better than Kubi. I can't wait till the next time I get on the torch. I'm going to fucking crush so hard. Let's refine what I want to do on the torch whenever I finally do get on it. And like just fucking hype Kubi up as much as possible.
Yeah.
Share their shit. Fucking tell them how awesome it is. And almost like try and live vicariously through them. Like make their successes my successes. And it makes a completely different attitude about what's going on in life. Yeah. And like just makes me happy about finally getting on the torch instead of anxious and pissed off. And then whenever I finally do, like having this weird energy of I have to fit all this shit in right now. I have to get this done. And then if it doesn't, then now we're even more negative. Yeah. We're like, last time I got on the torch, shit sucked. Like shit sucked. It all broke. But it was still an enjoyable time because the mindset was wrapped around in being there and the fact that I get to finally be on the torch and enjoy myself instead of I need to get there to get my good feeling out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Changing that agreement of what you really desire from it. It's just being there. Yeah. So taking the high road in a lot of those situations kind of has gotten you through because you can't undo those challenges or roadblocks or obstacles, but you can take the high road and like have a good time regardless.
We all know what is going like the better choice in the situation. You know?
What do you mean? Give an example.
Any situation. I think it's so clear like the thing about like you sending me the message. Because I mean it is such a like I had every reason to be upset and angry. You had every reason to like send that message and like say that, but like you know, it could have been so shitty.
Yeah.
You know, and like in that situation, right away, I know that like you're my friend. The good thing in this situation would for me to go, awesome, yes, and we do it.
Yeah.
You know, that's obviously the good thing in this situation. So we know that. I think everyone knows that. And like anytime we get into these kind of like conflicts, like we all know what the good outcome is, but we justify the bad ones by being like by throwing a bit of ego into it or by
clip mode, guys. He's going off.
Let's go.
Buckle up, guys. I love that. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you can tell. Your heart can kind of tell. You sort of have a gut feeling. I've definitely done it. Like when I botched this order a few months ago, I knew it. I just felt so really ego-y about it that I like miscommunicated and mistakenly, messed that up. But I knew in my heart, I was like, that's not what you want to do. Yeah. It's trippy to confront those moments and like not choose the right one.
Right.
But there's a lot to be gained, as you can see from choosing the right one.
Just moving on and giving yourself a bit of perspective from it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big lesson I learned from you too, is like giving it a little time. Taking your time more gives you more time to process things, make right decisions, and like, that's dope. It's valuable.
I do want to take a step back and like, dude, you're being very, very nice. Like, you're being so nice. Like, I appreciate it so much, but please understand, like I do not think these things of myself.
Well, whatever.
I love everything you say, like you are being
so
nice, because it's the things that you're talking about and saying though. I know that I struggle with hard.
Yeah.
Like I know that I struggled. Like just yesterday, poor fucking Kevin. He's such a nice guy. But one of the coaches that I coach with is like the fucking nicest guy in the world. He's a bit eccentric and like a bit of a weirdo, but like he is such a nice rad guy.
It's like your favorite type of person.
Right. Right.
Weirdo. It sounds like your favorite type of person.
And like it's like try to do something like just like say something, give me a little bit of advice or whatever, and like looking back on it, like, yeah, what he said wasn't right. What he said wasn't applicable to the swimmer at the time.
Yeah.
You know, but like he's super insecure about his coaching ability and his actual just intelligence because he didn't go to college. So he has a very big thing where he's like, anyone who does have a degree, he has to bring it up a couple times, and I'm always
ironic.
Like, dude, Kevin, you're fucking smart. Like,
I don't know if I could possibly think less about my lack of degree.
Right.
I don't know if I've even thought about it 10 times. I probably not, and like ever since 10 years ago.
I base exactly like what like in the moment are you being intelligent or not? You know, like what are your fucking credentials?
Hey, that's a way better way of doing it. Yeah.
So, but like, and Kevin's an amazing coach. He's fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. And it was right, whatever. And like, fucking hell, like I had to tell him, like, no, this is why it's not. I didn't need to. Like, I could just shut the fuck up and be like, thanks, Kev.
Again.
And then what would have happened?
But you don't.
What would have happened? What is the big deal? Like, what happens next?
That's true.
Kevin feels better about his coaching ability. Him and I are a little bit closer because he feels like, we just had a really good conversation. I know the limited times that I've ever said something to a swimmer in front of one of my head coaches, and they've been like, yeah, or like, yeah, that makes sense. I would just be like, fucking Big Dip, get in the room. Who wants to fucking coach now? Fucking right, yes. So like, if I would have just shut the fuck up and been like, oh, cool, Kevin, thanks. It would have been rad. He would have been great.
How did it go down? Did you confront him?
Yeah. Like an asshole. Like a fucking asshole. Yeah. No, it wasn't confrontational at all. It just, we kind of got into a deeper conversation about like coaching, and like he got very quiet and got like, oh yeah, no, I see. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah. And like, yeah, like, okay, cool. Like maybe he learned a little bit, but like, again, very easy to look at and go, this is the right. The good thing in this situation would have been to me go, cool, I'm not going to relay the information he told me to the kid because, again, it wasn't the right information, and I knew that. Mm-hmm. So the kid doesn't need to hear it. No big deal. Kid has no clue what the fuck goes on. Kevin and I are closer. Okay. Kevin feels good about himself. Yeah. I feel good about myself because I just fucking listened to Kevin, and I made a smart decision because I'm a big brain guy. And like, we're all good. Everything is wonderful. Like, all three parties are doing better in the end. But instead, I wanted to throw my dick around, and now Kevin feels ashamed. I've reinforced Kevin's feeling about him being unintelligent. Damn. Kid might have heard. I hope he didn't. I'm assuming he didn't because he was swimming the whole time. He probably didn't hear. And like, I don't feel better about myself afterwards.
Right? In those moments, though, you think that that's your ticket, though, right?
In the moment, it's like, I'm going to tell him what's up, and fucking he's going to know, and it's going to feel good.
He's not going to walk on me, and it just never really feels like that. It just feels
stupid afterwards.
Yeah, it just feels like shit went down, it sucks, whatever.
Because it's either A, they're going to, like, take it, and then you feel jerky because, like, you just fucking did some, like, jerk move to them. Yeah. Or, like, B, they're not going to take it, and now you've, like, inflamed an already, like, thing. Like, he was just trying to be fucking cool. Like, he was just trying to, like, oh, I know. And, like, what he said is great advice. It just wasn't applicable in the moment. Mm-hmm. It was great advice just for something else. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you stick to your values most of the time, but maybe you need some coaching yourself. Dude, coach others.
Always.
Coach yourself. That's part of like the journey of like finding ways to like package your wisdom too. Because the more you can relay, the more you actually know it. Like someone who can tell you something like in entirety knows it much more than someone who doesn't.
Dude, that's a subject you and I have talked about before, that like if you can say it simply, then like you really understand it.
I love it. Yep. And each time I post about the very fast point system, I think about that because it started as a pretty complicated paragraph describing a points reward system for my clothing company. And it was just like big brain, like big paragraph, like how do I get these people to understand? And then if you look, like, I'll slowly, like, have smaller and smaller explanations.
Yeah.
And I'm, like, distilling it. Because I'm trying each time. I'm doing my best to get it more simple.
Yeah.
And now last time it was just, like, my stuff has points in it that you can redeem for free stuff. And it was, like, it just felt really right.
Yeah.
So it was like, this is what it needs to be.
Yeah.
Instead of a paragraph being, like, explaining it all. Yeah. Hell yeah. Good stuff, dude. You have key motivation inside you, and the world needs it.
I appreciate you, man.
The world needs your skills.
You, man.
Thank you for tuning in. Episode 10. My elbow cracked. Next episode, we'll eat spicy chips. Let's go.
Someday.
Stay corny.